G'day and welcome to another episode of Ian Smissen's Photography.
G'day, I'm at Fisherman's Beach near Cape Jervis on the Fleurieu Peninsula of South Australia. This evening I'm going to be shooting this headland. It points out to the southwest, so hopefully it gets some good light on it as the sun sets. It's about 2.5 hours away from sunset at the moment, so that'll give me time to go and find a spot to shoot from. I'm hoping I can get up onto the smaller headland in between to give me a view down at the beach and the rocks and show the curvature of that little bay as it goes out towards that headland. Well, here I am at the top of this little headland, and you can see that other headland over in the background. And there's a little flat spot here with a stile, or what's left of a stile and a fence. I might shoot close to that. I'm just going to look at a spot that'll give me a good angle on the beach and the cove below, but also some foreground interest. There's lots of nice grass here, and slow shutter speed with the waving grass in the foreground could add a feature to a shot. So I'm going to have a look and see what I can find, and if I find anything good, I'll show you what I get. Well, this is the first setup. I'm going to show you what I can see through the viewfinder and talk through what I'm trying to do here. But basically what I want to get is this sweeping curve of the beach. I'm not too sure I can be that successful here, but I'll give it a try. But I do like these grasses in the foreground, so I'll just switch to video here and show you what I see. So you can see here the grasses in the foreground, the beach curving around from the bottom right up to that headland in that rule of thirds spot, 1/3 in from the left, 1/3 down from the top. A little bit of Kangaroo Island appearing in that top right side, and some nice just little ripply waves coming in over those rocks. It's not really rough enough to get a lot of white water, unfortunately, but if I put a neutral density filter on and slow it down, then I should be able to get a little bit more of that white blur around the edges of the rocks. I'm also going to use a polarising filter because I'm about 90 degrees from the angle of the sun, which is the perfect angle for polarising that water and the sky. So I'll set that up and then show you what it looks like. You can see what I can see through the viewfinder here. Now if I just turn that polarizer through about 90 degrees, you can see the effect that's having on the sky, darkening the blue, highlighting the clouds, and taking that glare off the water. I'm also going to zoom in because I think there's just a little too much foreground, and I really want to emphasize the white water. And I'm just going to try it with leaving a couple of little trees on that top left-hand corner to leave a little bit of interest there. Alright, I now have the 6-stop neutral density filter on as well as the polarizer, and my shutter speed is 1.3 seconds at f11 ISO 100. I'm going to take a shot with that. So that's looking good. It's blurred out the grasses nicely in the foreground, but there's still not enough blur for my liking in the sea, so I'm going to put a 10-stop neutral density filter in instead of the 6 and have a look and see what that does. So I think I've finally settled on the composition for this shot. I've got the lens at 24mm, which is as wide as I need it. Any wider and I'll start to get too much extraneous grasses and just open sea in it. The grasses in that bottom left corner are balancing the blue sky and the blue sea on the right hand side. The lines of the cliff going around from the bottom right up to the left and curving around, paralleled by the grey-green shrubs and the pebbly beach and the sandy beach, but then the contrasting diagonals going in the other direction of the rocks make it a really interesting shot. Hopefully the light stays. There's some low cloud coming on the horizon, which could be a good thing. It could really give us some pinky colour. If we get too much cloud though, it'll obviously block out the sun and we won't really get a sunset, but only time will tell. I'm just going to sit down and relax now and let the light improve.